That's definitely really brightened up. I was trying to put a pillow up so that it would kind of block out some of the extra light because I didn't. Okay, so apparently it got disconnected, but at least I've covered most of the light over there so that you can actually see me. So I've got my computer over here, and I'm going to be doing my skincare routine while I'm on here. I'm actually trying to share it to Facebook real quick. um, this is my first live. I'm so nervous. Like, I don't know why I'd be so nervous. I'm just sitting here so nervous. Mute my computer. Uh, uh, it takes a lot for me to go through and actually edit my videos and things like that. And it's with 3 kids, so I'm constantly trying to get things done and go through things, and I don't really always have a lot of time for myself, so I'm kind of multitasking right now. So the reason why I'm going live today is because I want to do a few different playlists so that I could do, help people out with their watch time and stuff like that. So it doesn't show me on my phone who's actually watching, so it's kind of hard for me to like interact with people. So let me see. All right, so now I can see the chat on my computer. It says there's 2 people here, but I don't see anybody. Anyway, so like I was saying, I wanted to do a live stream so that I could do make some. Maybe doing 2 things at once wasn't such a great idea. If I can't wipe my face and talk at the same time. Using my L'Oreal Hydra Fresh toner right now, just trying to get some like I was saying, multitask. I can't even multi-speak. I don't know why I'm really doing a live stream when I'm such a nervous wreck half the time. But the reason why I'm doing the live stream is because I want to do a few playlists to help people with their watch time. So I want to create a beauty playlist, a reviews playlist, a playlist for games, one for arts and crafts, things like that, maybe one for blogs. If you're interested in something like that, let me know. Drop like 2, 3 links down below for which category you'd like, and then I can add it to the playlist. See, it doesn't show my. There's it shows that there's 3 people here, but I can't see who's here, and I don't know. So hi, thanks for joining me. I wish it would show up on the chat. Let me see if I say hi to myself, if it'll actually show something. Yeah, okay, I can see the chat, but it doesn't show me who's joined. Hi, Marcy, thanks for joining. Oh, look, it does come up on the phone. So yeah, my first live chat, a little nervous. So I'm doing my skincare routine while my kids aren't home, and I just figured I'd try to pop in and say some hi to people. I'm about to use my Origins Original Skin Renewal Serum with Willow Herb. So that's that there. I got this for myself for Mother's Day. Well, my husband paid for most of it. I originally wanted a mask, and he just didn't even know where to start. He's like, Joe, just buy something for me, and I'll just get it. I really like it. It absorbs really, really fast, and my skin just loves it. Some days I just use this and I just go because it's just, I don't always need the moisturizer with it afterwards. But today I'm going to do my full face just because I haven't in a few days, and it smells really good. And yeah, it's just a little tube. I got this along with a whole bunch of other stuff. I got that. I got the Origins Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream. It brightens and depuffs. I love this stuff. This stuff smells amazing. This is another reason why I don't do live streams. I'm also waiting for my husband to walk in the door and just, start yelling because the kids are always driving him nuts. I actually got to try this from Influencer first, this product here, and it's been working pretty well. There was a I did a post for the Olay. I got some Olay products for free from, what was it, Insiders USA, and I did the before, after, and before, middle, and after pictures for it, so you can see that the fine lines and stuff like that went away. And shortly after I started using that, it didn't really help with the Olay didn't really help with the dark circles that I have. So I went out and got this, and since I've started using this, I can actually see like a big improvement. I've got hereditary dark circles; they just don't go away. But if I can diminish them a little bit. So I got that. So for my Mother's Day, I got that they had a great deal for, um, what was it? I got like a whole bunch of stuff really cheap. And then I got like 3 things free. I got a small tube of this for free. I got a big giant cleanser toner for free. And then I did one of their sampling masks, because originally that's what I wanted to go for the Mother's Day, was what I wanted, a mask. And I got the charcoal one, the overnight hydration one, and another one I can't think of. So that was that. I think there was something else in that kit. I did I did an unboxing for my Mother's Day stuff. So now I've got my Revitalift Moisturizer by L'Oreal. I'm not, like, I like it, it works well, but the only thing I really don't like about this is that it like runs off, like after a while, and you rub your face a little bit, you get that little rub off. It's not 100% crazy about it. But yeah, influencer is hit or miss with me too. I haven't gotten a box in a little while. I think the last thing I got from them was their Kush mascara, and that was pretty cool. I'm trying to keep my face right where that light is right there. It's the only room I have where I can sit on the couch and do stuff. Kind of distracted by it because I left Bubble Guppies on because the kids were watching and they've got it muted in the background. I should have just turned the TV off. I had to turn the fan off because it's making too much noise, and now I'm melting. But their Kush mascara was actually really nice. I liked that one. I did get an email saying I was in the running for a Voxbox lately, which was cool. I don't know which one, but I've seen a few of them given away lately. Was their Nautica one, there was their vacay box I've been seeing a lot about, and there was one other one, I can't think of it. I hope you do too. I love influencer. It's just, they always give out such great, good products, and I love that it's full size too. Um, One of the main reasons, I don't know if you caught in the beginning of one of the main reasons I was going to do the live stream is I want to create some playlists to help people get their views and stuff like that. I'm going to do a playlist for beauty products. I'm going to do my stop the stream. If I hit the power off button, it's going to my ringtone, sorry. Anxiety and live stream. It's combination for me. It's almost done. Okay. Next time I might put it in, if I can't put it in airplane mode because then it won't record and go live. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. But yeah, like I was saying, the reason why I was doing the live stream was because I wanted to create a bunch of playlists so that people can help get their watch time and stuff like that. I want to do a few different categories. I want to do beauty. I know a lot of people who do reviews on products. I can do a playlist on reviews, arts and crafts, blogs, and like games and stuff. I have a few people I'm subscribed to that post a lot of games and things like that, so I can make a playlist of their different games. So if you're interested, leave some links in the chat. Let me know so that this way I can compile the ones that you want to put together. Okay, I can actually swipe that one away. That would be nice. Was it just recently? They had a few different ones. I had one a few weeks ago that said I was in the running for it, and then I wasn't. Let me find. I'm gonna steal my daughter's water. Yeah. don't really have a lot to say now that I'm kind of done with everything. I just figured it would be a quick that's pretty cool. It was yesterday, so hopefully you'll get into that one. That'd be nice. The one I got was, I want to say, about a week ago, and I haven't heard anything since. But then again, sometimes it takes a little bit, and then all of a sudden, hey, you're in, and you got to do all this stuff. And I'm not always crazy about the virtual boxes. Those ones can be a little bit pain in the butt to try to talk about a product that you haven't really tried. So I try to do my best with those. But yeah. I'm gonna leave the video up. I'm a fidgety person. I have to have something in my hands, especially since, I'm live and it just makes me nervous. I try to do the virtual ones. I think it's sometimes that it helps overall with the badges and stuff like that, and it gets you more noticed. But that's my personal opinion. There's like no real rhyme or reason it seems to get chosen for a box, and I've heard all different kind of things. The number one thing that I've heard a lot is demographics, where you are, age, things you're into, and stuff like that. So, because I haven't really done a lot of reviews on influencer itself, and I still got a bunch of boxes, so I haven't really bothered with a lot of the reviews. Occasionally I do here and there, but I try to complete all the missions, try to complete all the missions on time, try to do quality work. My quality has actually gotten a lot better on my pictures. I started using the man. I so agree with you. I wish I knew how to get more boxes. Me too. I think everybody does. There's also a lot of different communities you can to get into too. There's Smiley 360. I don't know if you've heard of that one. There's Glimmer, Biz Agent. I've been using Thomason a lot lately. That's where a lot of my videos have been coming from, is because I'm getting products for a discount from there, or they're free, and they want you to post about them, share about them, things like that. I actually had one company reach back out to me and is doing a giveaway with me on my Instagram account right now. It's the facial spa. I don't know if you saw the video for that. It's a facial brush cleanser where the brush spins, and then it's got two different brush heads, and then it's got a massager on it. I'm giving 3 of them away on my IG. That's the handle for that is Mistina83. The contest for that ends on June 30th, and we're giving 3 away. All you got to do is like and comment on my post, the original giveaway post, because I keep sharing it, and then repost it and get 20 likes and at least 10 comments on it. What I've been telling people is, because a lot of people have been nervous about getting the comments and the likes on it, is just tag your friends in your repost and tell them to comment and like on it, just so that you can get entered. I think right now, out of the 34 reposts that I have on it, is maybe about 10 entries, but I haven't gone through all the way through. Yeah, definitely. I like it. I can't believe they reached out to me, because first they only wanted to give away 1, and then they were like, "Oh, we'll do 3 if you can get 3 posts." Down. There we go. That's how I can get rid of the noise. Yay! I should have probably turned the ringtone down, but again, this is like a learning experience for me, so I'll figure it out. But yeah, there's a lot of different communities you can get for. It's Star versus the Forces of Evil. My daughter absolutely loves the show, and she's gotten the whole family into it, so now I have it as a ringtone. And every time it comes on, everybody starts dancing, even my 18-month-old. It's so funny. But yeah, there's a lot of different communities. I'm going to start doing trying to get away from some of the reviews that I've been doing, video reviews, but I'm also trying to keep up with everything. I want to do some videos on some of the places that I get free products from and sites that I earn money from. I've got a couple videos already videotaped. I just haven't edited them and loaded them up and stuff like that, because I've got 3 kids. I've got a 6-year-old, a 3-year-old, and an 18-month-old who's actually napping right now, so it's really quiet in the house. So my cats are even sleeping. He's sleeping in front of the window, all cuddled up. I'm surprised he's not climbing all over me like they usually do when the kids are not near me. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird, talking to. I try. We've got a lot of issues going on right now. We moved to this house about a year ago, and it didn't have a lead certificate, and I guess in New Hampshire they didn't need to have a lead certificate before renting to a family with kids. So they let us know on what moped. They let us know before we moved in that it didn't have lead certification. So we lived here for a few months, and then I got the kids tested, the youngest ones, the 3-year-old and 18-month-old, and it scared the bejesus out of me. The 3-year-old he got a heel stick done, and his lead levels was a 28 from the heel stick, and the scale goes from 0 to like 42 or 43, but the heel stick isn't 100% accurate. So we went and got him tested at the hospital for the venous test, and that came back as an 8. And for the state to get involved, it has to be 10 or higher. So the weather just started getting nice out again, and we've been letting the kids go out, and it turns out the dirt patch behind me has, oh my God, I've been freaking out. Like, I have to clean everything. But so they go outside and there's this dirt patch underneath the stairs. And when the weather started getting nicer, I went out there and I took a look, because I couldn't figure out why my son's was so much higher than the 18-month-old. Hers came back as a 3, and excuse me, she's still a kid. She's a little baby. Well, they're all still kids, but she's still a little baby. She pops everything in her mouth. So I couldn't figure out why his was higher than hers. And he goes outside more because it's easy for him and my 6-year-old to play. And I've got the yard right here, and I can keep an eye on him while her. It's hard to keep an eye on the 3 kids because the road is right there, and to chase one kid and have another one go up to the road just makes me too nervous. But my son was going outside, and he was covering himself in that dirt head to toe. So when the weather got warmer, I went out there and I took a look, and I'm like, there's little white flakes in there. So I don't let him play in that anymore. We had him retested, and his retest was actually shortly after that, and it went up to a 12. Now the state's involved, and they're asking me, they're like, well, have you noticed anything different with him or anything like that? I'm like, he's 3. I'm like, I can't tell if he's just having an off day or what, because when we moved here, he was just turning 2. So it's, personality was just becoming developed and everything like that. So the paint was chipping in the place, and we got that somewhat under control. We've duct taped over all the places where it was chipping and things like that. And then what happens is when the paint chips, the lead that's in there goes floating into the air, and now it's attaching to all of the dust. So I have to basically keep the house dust free with 3 kids and make sure they're not like picking stuff up off the floor and eating it. And I feel like half the day I live in a Cheerio factory, because I give the kids one of these, and when they reach in, they pop like 3 of them out, and now I have to chase after them, pick up after all that, and it's like, it's impossible to keep up with everything. So they've got the 2 in diapers that I have to make sure that their hands are constantly clean. I have to keep the house dust free. I actually have the air purifier off right now just because I didn't want the extra humming noise in the background, and I'm going to be turning that right back on. But the landlord, when he found out about all of this, he went out and got the HEPA air filter for us. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm actually surprised I had time to sit and do the video. I'm actually waiting for my husband to pull up. When he pulls up, I'm going to be cutting it, because he's going to be coming in with the other 2, and then it's going to get loud and crazy and all that stuff. So, but yeah, it's hard. I'm trying to keep up with the 3 kids. At least the youngest is finally sleeping through the months, through the night. She didn't start sleeping through the night until she was about, I want to say 13 or 15-month-old. And none of my kids slept through the night until they were well over a year. I don't know what it was. I don't know if they just loved mommy too much or what. Well, yeah, it's going to take a while with the state. Let me see, was it April or was it May? It was the 19th, and I think it was last month. May 19th, the state came out, they did their inspection. He found lead in the house, in the windowsills and stuff like this, because you can see here, I've got the duct tape on here because that's where it was chipping. And all of the windowsills are pretty much duct taped where the kids can reach them. So the guy came out, the landlord came out pretty much after the appointment, so the guy had to stay longer because he wanted to talk to him. And it's in a lot of different places. So now we have to wait on the state lead inspector to get the report done. Then the landlord and him are going to talk, And then I think that's when they start talking about contractors and stuff like that. The landlord actually contacted my husband a week ago and said it's going to be like a 5-month process. Now, we moved here not this past May, but the May prior to that. So the kids have been exposed to this for over a year. The landlord's trying to help out. No, it's not. Now that the state's involved, he can't do anything in the apartments because what happened was when we first moved in, the property manager started. I showed her that the paint was chipping in an area, and she just scraped it off, and then swept it up. And that's not how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to have um, it's gonna be OSHA, HEPA approved, or something like that. And it just ended up kicking it up in the air more. And I ended up telling the inspector about that. So he wants the landlord to have whoever his people are have a training course so they know how to handle all types of things like that. But now the landlord can't even come in and change a door, fix certain things. Like he can't come in anything until this issue is taken care of. And that's for all of the units. There's, I want to say 6, but I know there's definitely 5 units in just this building here. And that kind of sucks. Like, what if somebody's water pipe breaks or something? I'm sure there's going to be something they can do for that. But he's trying to help us out. He owns a lot of properties in the area, and he just bought a house, and he was going to rent the house to us. But then it turned out that the house had like a lot more issues, and it's going to take even longer. So the property manager showed us another apartment that he had available, and he ended up, once he got back from his vacation, he noticed that, or work, I don't know. He's a pilot as well, so it could have been either or. And he got back and he had some issues with the place, but he didn't want the young kids to be in there. So now it's just more of a waiting game and this and that. We're looking into maybe possibly start the process to buy a house. We don't know a whole lot about it, but my husband's a retired veteran and he got injured in Afghanistan, so he gets the VA home loan. And I did a pre-approval with them, and they pre-approved us for $200,000. So that's a start. And he just did another job interview. He has a job now, but he did a job interview just recently. And we're keeping our fingers crossed for that because it'll be a much paying better job, and it'll kind of help fast track us to getting out of here. The landlord's says that if anything else that he has comes available, he's gonna let us know and this and that. I really liked the apartment. I understand that he had an issue with the stairs being steep, but if you're carrying the kids up and down, or they're going slow enough, or they come down on their butt, they're not gonna get hurt. My kids fell down this a flight of stairs once. It was only a few steps, but he's pretty good. My son bounces off the walls and off everybody else. So, but yeah, it's definitely a start. My husband, we're located in New Hampshire right now, and he likes New Hampshire. He wants to get a house with a lot of acreage and stuff like that. He wants to have a garden and things. I'm like, you're gonna be at work all the time. I'm like, you're gonna have to teach me how to garden. I'm gonna have to find a good gardening YouTube channel and learn all about everything. I like the tomatoes. We used to live in Massachusetts, and we had a small yard there, and we would do the tomatoes and stuff like that. I think we did tomatoes, peppers, onions. He tried his hand at carrots. That didn't work out so well. They were like intertwined and mingled. It looked funny. But then the squirrels would sit and eat all our peppers. I was so mad. And then he was saving all the tomatoes so that he could make a sauce out of them. And then he never did it. So then half the tomatoes went to waste. I was kind of bummed. Yeah, I'm not crazy about California. Like I hear, well, it's not that I don't like California. It's just some of the rules and regulations that they have for some things kind of seems a little far-fetched for me. But that's me. But I also hear the wonderful things about California. So I want to go out one day. My husband's like, no, we're not going there. And I'm like, you kind of stink. So, but they've got I think it's one of the Disney attractions there. They've got all the beaches. I want to go see the Hollywood sign. And my friends when I was younger used to say to me all the time, yeah, I can only imagine. But that's also we got to figure the cost of living too. Is I lived in Hawaii, and that was the same thing. It was pretty but expensive. My husband, when he was in the military, we were stationed out there, so. Yeah, it was pretty, but it was expensive. A gallon of milk in Hawaii was like $6. like for 1 gallon. That's insane. I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm so happy we were on WIC then. It's kind of sad that they don't pay their soldiers enough that they have to be on WIC, but you know, at least we weren't paying out of pocket for it. I was like, you got all this land, you've got all these places. Yeah, definitely really expensive. And you got all this acreage, and you got so many pineapple fields. Clear out some of the pineapples, put some cows in. They can graze and eat stuff, help eat the tops of the pineapples. They had so many fields of pineapples. When I first started doing YouTube, was mainly to post videos of my daughter because she was born in Hawaii. It was our first kid, and everybody's like, "Oh, we're never gonna see her. We're gonna miss all the firsts and this and that and da da da." So I'm like, you know what? I'll start a YouTube channel and I'll post all the videos in there. And I think I have like 60 something videos. The bulk of my videos are just my daughter as a baby, just doing baby stuff. I was cruising around Hawaii and stuff like that. There was when I was still pregnant and we just got up there, we went to the North Shore and we were swimming with the turtles, and they're trying to grab onto the turtle. I'm like, you got to stop that. We just got here. You're not supposed to grab the wildlife. Yada yada yada. You know, Debbie Downer over here, but so I wasn't too far from the turtle. It was like a little bit more than an arm reach away, and all of a sudden this big brown thing just starts like floating by me. My God, I freaked out so bad. It ended up being turtle poop. So I went flying in the other direction. I'm 8 months pregnant. They're laughing, you know, their butts off. It was really funny. When we finally got housing on base, they have those palmetto bugs out there, and we used to be in North Carolina before that, and they had the palmetto bugs in they had the palmetto bugs in North Carolina too. But in Hawaii, they fly. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're sitting on the back porch, and I'm like, what's that in the distance? It keeps buzzing around. And all of a sudden, I'm like sitting here, and I'm like, it's getting close. I'm like, what is that? Whack! Right against the wall right next to me, and it's about this big. And I'm like, jumped up, screaming, ran in the house. I'm due to have the baby any day now. Jumped up in the house, slammed the door behind me, shut the light off because, you know, maybe it'd fly away. Left my husband out there. I was like, no. I'm like, get rid of it. He's like, let me in the house. I'm like, you need to come around the other door. You're not coming in on this side. That thing's not coming in the house. He says he's never seen a pregnant woman move that fast in his entire life, and I didn't open the door at all. I'm like, it's not coming in. And the house in Hawaii had a chimney, and it went straight up. There wasn't anything blocking it off. So in the mornings, I would find little lizards crawling all over the house. For the first month, it would freak me out so bad. But after a while, I kind of got used to it because, you know, it's eating the bugs. It's not crawling up on me. It's running away from me. No biggie. We had just bought this couch, and we were bringing my daughter home from the hospital after she was born. And my first kid, so the milk jugs were full, so I had to feed her right away. So my husband decides he's going to take a video of it, or a picture. I forget. I know I've got a picture of it, but I can't remember if I have a video of it. So I'm sitting on the corner, and I get the big smile, and I'm holding the baby, and all of a sudden a lizard starts crawling around the edge of the thing. And now I'm freaking out because I got the baby in my hands, and the lizard's like this big. We haven't been in the house for 3 days. My husband stayed in the hospital with me the whole time, and I'm like, he started cracking up. I had to like go into the other room, make sure there was no lizards in there, and then he's trying to find out where the lizard went. And we used to have some crazy times in Hawaii. But yeah, it's really pretty, but it's definitely expensive. They have to keep. Ooh. Okay, one way. I think it's because I got a bunch of notifications at once. It wasn't so bad. Spiders and bugs is what makes me freak out the most. It's just I was holding the baby and I just like panicked because I don't know why. It wasn't like it was gonna jump on me or the baby. There was one that I used to let stay in my windowsill by the sink. It would just stay there. It would collect all the ants. I don't know what that issue was with that house, but there was so many ants constantly in that place. Like if I left a speck of food in the sink or didn't rinse off a dish completely, the whole sink would be covered with ants. So I let the lizards live in the windowsill. I didn't bother them at all. Didn't, tap on the window or anything like that because they were eating the bugs for me. And we had to have the maintenance people come out numerous times to take care of the ants. It was insane. It wasn't fun, but the house was nice. It was, it was 2 bedroom, living room, and it was a really big living room. We had really high ceilings. Like we had a 6-foot Christmas tree that year. And this little itty bitty baby underneath it. But the Waikiki was pretty. Peppermint, yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I haven't had too many ant problems here yet, but I've heard my mother-in-law had a lot of ant problems, and there was I think she mixed borax, sugar, and water. Rosemary for spiders, I'll keep that in mind. And she put it in a cotton ball in a bottle cap, and then she'd place them around, and then the ants would eat it, and with the borax in it, they'd get sick and die. So, or they'd bring it back to the colony or something. I remember seeing, this was years ago. So, yeah, Waikiki was really pretty, and they were really on top of like the graffiti and stuff. You drive by in the morning, and somebody would have tagged something, and by that afternoon, they were already painting over it. So, I don't know. It's a really nice vacations place to go to. They try to keep it pristine because of it being a vacation destination. But if you drive around, it's just like any place else. Like I've lived in Boston, well, just north of Boston my whole life. If I say Somerville, nobody really knows Somerville, so it's just a lot easier to say Boston. And there's areas of Boston I wouldn't step foot into, but you go to a vacation area, and if they keep it really clean, you don't know where the bad areas were. When we got there, they did a briefing, and they're like, oh, these are certain areas to stay away from, and different things like that. And there was a word that the locals used. I forget what it was, and I butchered that language. Butchered. Oh my gosh. When I was going around with the GPS, my husband's like, oh, where do I got to take a turn on? I'm like, I couldn't even pronounce it. And he's like, just give me the thing. I'm like, you can't have it in your hands while you're driving. And turn it into a whole other issue. But I can't believe I've done a live video for 33 minutes already, and I'm pretty much constantly talking, so my throat's starting to get sore, so I'm drinking more water. So I think I'm going to wrap it up, though, just because they're going to be home any minute, and this way I don't have to rush and go, I got to go, bye. So I'm going to leave the video up. And if you I want to create the playlist so that this way it'll help get everybody else. I'm trying. Actually, I relaxed a little bit as the video progressed on. In the beginning, I was like jumbling all over the place and couldn't talk while I was doing things, and it got a little bit better. Maybe I'll do another one. And I don't know. We'll see. I shared it on Facebook. I've had 4 people come in. I haven't seen. It doesn't show me who's watching now. I don't know where to see that, because I'd love to say hi to who's watching, but I can't. These are things I gotta figure out. See, let's see. Participants. Ah, there it is. Oh, no. It says, okay, maybe it's been views, because it's just me and you, Marcy, because it says that there's 4 people there. Okay. One of those things I'm gonna have to play around and figure out and stuff like that. So, but yeah, my throat's definitely getting sore. So I'm going to get going. Thanks for joining me. I definitely appreciate it. It was definitely an experience. And hopefully when I rewatch it, I can try to work on maybe a few different things. I'm not being so nervous, and big bright windows behind me. I do it in my bedroom where I usually film, where I've got that big background. But there's no real natural light in there. And I didn't want to have that bright beam of light in my face the whole time. Hey, MU music for my free music for your I am bad. MU free music for your videos. That's what it was. It went away real quick. How you doing today? We're actually just about to wrap up the live stream. I think that's my husband now. Yes, it is. So I'm going to actually have to wrap it up real quick. So what I want to let you know before he walks in the door is I'm going to do a some playlists so that I can help people get their watch time. And I'm going to do playlists for their beauty, reviews, games, arts and crafts, and vlogs. And I'm going to do different playlists for each, so that this way when somebody watches something, they'll be able to watch something that they're enjoying and, you know, actually get into. But I'm going to get going before they hop in the door. So bye, guys. Thanks for joining me.